Raheem Morris said yesterday, after review, we've made the decision Michael Penix will be the Atlanta Falcons starting quarterback moving forward. This was a football decision, and we are fully focused on preparing. Y'all read the rest. I'm tired of reading. Anyway, Kirk Cousins getting benched. That's what's happening. That's what you need to take from it. James, you were there in person, so I want to start with you because you saw Kirk Cousins struggling in person, and you have some very strong statements. Was this the right decision?
It was absolutely the right decision, and I like Kirk because I done met Kirk a couple times. I don't know. Kirk a good dude, but as I was watching the game, I'm like, the Atlanta Falcons still have a shot to make the playoffs because the division is so bad. If they do make the playoffs, Kirk Cousins is not going to win them a game. So why not, if you do have a chance to make the playoffs, start the rookie and let the rookie get some playoff experience? Because Kirk Cousins would have beat the Giants, so it would have been hard to bench him after another win. So put the rookie in the game. The rookie is playing the New York Giants. The rookie could get some confidence. The rookie could play well. But when you're watching Kirk Cousins is not playing good football right now. No matter how you look at it. He ain't throwing guys open. He's not making the right reads. He's holding the ball too long, taking sacks, and he's turning the football over at a high rate. As I was watching the game, Chase, and watching the quarterback play the quarterback position, I'm just like, Penix can't be any worse. And I think as you turn on the tape as a coaching staff and you're like, hold on now. He's playing bad. The rookie can't play this bad. Yeah. And if he does, at least it's rookie up and down. This is Kirk Cousins, a veteran that we've seen play really, really good football that just is not playing good football right now. So it was absolutely the right time to put the rookie in, let him go play, let him get some experience, and you might mess around and make a playoff push, and he could get some playoff experience, too, in year one.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it has nothing to do with Kirk the person. It has a lot to do with Kirk the player. I went back and watched his last 3 or 4 games, and I saw a quarterback that had lost his confidence. And when you lose confidence as a player, it is hard to get it back in the season when you are losing and you're turning the football over. Kirk Cousins' last 5 games, 1 touchdown, 9 interceptions. And our guy, our resident receiver here, hit it right on. Turnovers. That is the name of the game at the quarterback position. When you turn the football over, you will get benched. Yeah. I don't care if you signed a $180 million deal, okay? He's completing 67% of his passes, only 18 touchdowns a year. Here's the biggest thing, the turnovers, 16 interceptions. It's the most in the NFL. He also has 13 fumbles. It is also the most in the NFL. So when you put that together, 29 turnover-worthy plays, you are hurting your team. It is the hard truth. It's the hard facts. At first, I was like, hey, I want to take Kirk Cousins because he's the known commodity. You know what you're getting out of him. But when it's this bad, you have to turn to the unknown in Michael Penix, where we think he's going to be great. The Falcons obviously think he's going to be great because he was the 8th pick in the draft. So I like this decision moving forward, specifically when you look at the schedule. They got Giants, at Commanders, Panthers. They could easily win 2 of those next 3, be in the race for the playoffs.
Win all 3 of them.
2-5, you've seen quarterbacks get benched. You have been there when quarterbacks have gotten benched. So this decision is nothing you are unfamiliar with. Was it the right decision, LeSean McCoy?
I think it's the right decision, though. I truly do. I think in the beginning, I was like, man, should they bench Kirk? Because he wasn't playing well. But I'm like, gave him all this money, right? And their team is still in the number 1 seed in that division. But then I'm thinking about, like, well, look, you drafted a rookie quarterback in the same position, high draft pick, and Kirk Cousins in the last 5 games, he has 1 touchdown pass and 9 interceptions. So I'm like,
1 and 4, I think.
Well, hold up, Shady. Hold on for a second now. If he's playing like a rookie, well, why not play the rookie?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So, I think the rookie's a lot younger. I think he can get better, and because we don't know where his ceiling is at. We don't know where his floor is at. Give him the same chance you gave Kirk Cousins. I just thought that the money was a big issue, but if you're going to play like a rookie, put the rookie in the game.
That's incredibly well said, Shady. As I'm driving into work, I thought of something to some degree similar, but a little bit different. You drafted Michael Penix in the event Kirk Cousins got hurt. Well, Kirk Cousins is playing like he's hurt. 8 interceptions, no touchdowns in the previous 4 games prior to last week, and then 1 interception, 1 touchdown in last week's game. You drafted him in the event Kirk got hurt. He's playing like he's hurt. Treat him like he's hurt. Bench him like he's hurt. It's very simple for me. But also, this was a perfect situation and scenario for the Falcons. What bridge quarterbacks were you going to find that were going to have you at 500, 7-7 through 15 weeks? None.
Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, they weren't going to have you there. Drew Lock, he wasn't going to have you there. Justin Fields on this Falcons roster, he wasn't going to have you there. So Kirk Cousins has you at 500 through 15 weeks within striking distance of making the playoffs, and you have a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, an incredibly talented rookie quarterback who now has 15 weeks of information to have garnered. Now he can go in for the final 3 weeks and try to catch fire. Remember, we saw Lamar Jackson do it his rookie year in replacement for Joe Flacco. So this was actually a perfect situation for the Falcons. Draft rookie. Kirk Cousins, your bridge quarterback. He was a perfect bridge quarterback. You're sitting at 500 through 15 weeks of play, rather, and now you can bring in the rookie who has acquired a lot of information without taking the toll of the damage of throwing a lot of interceptions. Atlanta Falcons, to some degree, a high degree, I think they executed this perfectly, Chase.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and I see a lot of stuff out there in the media, and like when it broke yesterday, our group chat was going crazy. There is no going back to Kirk Cousins this year. Like, I just want to make that abundantly clear for people out there. Like, oh, well, if they struggle. No. You're riding with Penix the rest of the year, and that's what this is all about for me. It's like, it stinks that Kirk Cousins is going to the bench because I like him. The play of Michael Penix Jr., though, and we're going to break him down later in the show, he throws one of the best deep balls in all of football. Mm-hmm. And why do I say that? People forget about the weapons that the Falcons have. Bijan Robinson at the running back position, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. Now, they haven't played well defensively. Darnell Mooney as well. He's their deep threat. So you got those four guys as a rookie quarterback when you come in and you haven't started a game. Like, this is ground. You haven't started a game and you're right in the thick of the playoff race. You have to rely on those four weapons more than anything. You got to be a distributor of the football. You got to get the ball out of your hands, not take sacks. I'm excited to watch Penix play.
And not only that, the game is changing at the quarterback spot. You got to be able to move some. Mm-hmm. You don't got to be Lamar Jackson, but you got to be able to move some. Penix ran 4-4. I'm not saying he's just getting out of the pocket and he's not, but you got to be able to move some, and he can move some. Watching Kirk Cousins, he's moving none. Even Aaron Rodgers is moving. Aaron Rodgers is off of Achilles too. Even he moving. You got to be able to move to help your team out some. He's just there, man. He just standing. And I'm watching the game like, Kirk, move, step up, get up out of there. At least something. And he's not. Watching him play, man, the rookie got to go.
It's time. Time for that clipboard. It's
an expensive clipboard.
But I will say this, though. Real expensive. But I think Kirk could help the young kid out, though. Because Kirk's a smart dude, and he's been one thing about, like, superstar quarterbacks compared to quarterbacks that kind of fell into a superstar starter role is different mentalities, though, where I feel like if Kirk Cousins going to the bench, it's like it's not a super big thing. Because my whole life, or not my whole life, but my whole NFL career, like, I never was really, like, wanted. Think about it, though. People just dealt with him. Washington. They kept tagging him and all that because he was okay. Then you go to the Vikings, right? Well, we thought we had our guy there, but then our GM talks about, well, he's here, but we like him, right? So then you go to the Falcons, and then I think they love me, and they give me all this money, and then the next thing they do is they draft a first-round quarterback. So I think him going to the bench, I think it'll be okay because some locker rooms, it might not be okay. I think for the Falcons,
it speaks to a lot about who Kirk Cousins is as a man because he's going to he obviously he's not going to be happy about it, but he's not going to be the one to throw a fit or anything. Michael Penix Jr. and Kirk Cousins live on the same street in Georgia. They carpool together to the team plane on some of these days. So they have a good relationship. I think that obviously played into this. So you got to be able to, like, take this in stride and not make this be a distraction.
And not only that, it's your fault.
Yes, that's where I'm saying.
You gonna be mad on the bench on the clipboard when it's your fault? You had an opportunity.
You've seen situations.
You can argue it. If I was his lawyer, I could argue if I was his lawyer.
You've seen
like, you gave me all this money, right? Yeah. Okay, and I had some bad games, just I had. But I'm the starter. Technically, hold up now. We're only a game away from the number one spot in our division.
13 fumbles, 16 picks.
That's cool.
But the question now for you is, does he ever come off of the bench? Will Kirk Cousins ever be a starter, like a week one starter again in the National Football League?
Absolutely. Yeah, he will. How? He will. Look, how? Because the quarterback play in this league is so bad. I'm not going to take the 7 games that Kirk Cousins had and just throw it away. Like, quarterback teams that need a quarterback, Giants, Raiders, probably going to draft a guy. The Browns, not sure what they're going to do. They're bringing Jameis back. Jameis just got benched, right? The Jets, the Saints, the Colts, and the Titans. There's so many quarterback-needy teams. Listen, if I am the Jets, I am picking up that phone right away, and I am calling for Kirk Cousins.
I'm not even going to let you get that off. He ain't even playing close to what Aaron Rodgers is playing right now.
Listen to me.
No, Chase. I am not going to let you get that. Start with another team. The Giants or the Raiders or something.
I think that Kirk Cousins is an upgrade over Rodgers. Listen to me. The Jets are going. Listen.
I'm not.
I ain't saying a word.
The Jets are going to hire what I think they need to do. I think they need to hire Mike Vrabel. Who's Mike Vrabel going to bring in as offensive coordinator? Josh McDaniels. You look at the under-center pass game, which Kirk Cousins is good at. He can have the bridge quarterback for the Jets, and he can go on, and they can draft a guy. If I'm the Jets, I am calling him about him. He has a no-trade clause.
Kirk Cousins has thrown more interceptions in his last 5 games than Rodgers has all season,
Gotcha.
if I'm not mistaken.
I
got
think
9
he's
picks in his last
36,
5.
Rodgers is out. I'm telling you, I think the Jets, for me, because I don't want the distractions around the Jets. I want Aaron Rodgers out of that building. I said that. They're going to need a bridge starter at $27.5 million, which Kirk is owed next year. That's where I am going.
I don't even know. James might be back in his car with
It's
that
all right.
take, Chase.
That's okay.
James!
Oh, man, dog.
Shay, do you think...
Yo, I'm just like, you got my boy, he left the set because you talking this wildness. First of all,
You didn't even hear it all the way.
I heard you.
I had to hear it because he left. I had to hear it. But wait, hold on for a second. If we just watch Kirk Cousins look awful, why would any team...
I got to get on my mark. Can I stay a little...
No, think about this real quick. if you a head coach, right, you come into a new... Because you say you want Mike Vrabel to come in there, right? You bring a new head coach to a team, right? And now you want all the players to believe, you want the front office to believe in you, and you tell them dudes, yeah, I'm thinking about going there and getting Kirk Cousins.
You might sound right.
You're going to lose the locker room, though.
You've already lost the locker room with how many coaches has Rodgers gotten fired? The whole program.
Make this even a non-Rodgers conversation.
Yeah, forget Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins is not a good quarterback at this stage in his career. Furthermore, though, I don't think he will. I mean, one, what's the ceiling with Kirk Cousins? 13 years in the National Football League. He and I are the same draft class. 13 years in the National Football League. Kirk Cousins has 1 playoff win. So I can't sell you on playoff success at all. 1 playoff win in 13 years. Can't sell you on that. Kirk Cousins does not look the part. He doesn't look healthy, to James's point. He's not stepping up in the pocket. He's not escaping. His pocket presence, his pocket awareness, all are down. And then Kirk Cousins ain't seeing it. How you throw 8 interceptions over a 4-week period? You threw 4 interceptions in one game after throwing 2 interceptions the game before, 1 interception the game before, and an interception the game before. Then last game you threw an interception against the Raiders, and Max Crosby's not even out there to force the throw. I just could not get excited about Kirk Cousins.
Nah, but you trolling us though. He ain't serious.
He is serious.
He's going to be a starter again. Watch it.
But I'm saying, but how do you sell that to a owner? How do you sell that to a GM? How do you sell that?
So the salary is how you sell it. $27.5 million. We saw what Kirk did his last
Can I say
2 years in Minnesota.
James, just let it go, bro.
No.
Final thought, James.
I want to say something in this because I do think he will be a starter. Now, I think it's crazy for him to be a starter over a dude that's playing 1,000 times better than him and Aaron Rodgers. That's crazy, whatever Aaron's doing off the field. But I did see him play Desmond Ridder. So I do know quarterbacks is struggling in the National Football League. If the salary's being paid, if the Raiders is going to draft one, I will bring Kirk Cousins in there for a bridge quarterback, draft a quarterback in 4, 5, 6 games or whatever, or however many games Kirk plays well, let him play. But to put him on a team where a quarterback is 1,000 times, that's...
Well, see, there are no pads, there were no helmets. It was likely a walk-through practice. So the question, Shady, is very simple. Should the Chiefs rest Mahomes? You got a huge game Saturday versus the Texans. They do not want to lose the #1 seed. Should they rest Mahomes?
If he can play, he can play, right? I know how Mahomes is. He's a gladiator. Like, it's hard to keep him out the game. But I do think that they can beat the Texans. What was the game at? Yeah, it's at home. They can beat the Texans without Patrick Mahomes.
It should be in Houston.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, no, you're right.
The Chiefs.
Because you think
But what I'm thinking about
Beyonce.
is as I watch him, he likes Beyonce. As I watch him, though, right, I'm thinking, I'm not a big believer in the Texans. I don't know if y'all are like that. I'm not. And I think Andy Reid, I've watched him over the years. When Patrick Mahomes got hurt the first time in his career with the Chiefs, right, that he missed games, I was part of that team, 2019. And I think we went 3-1 or 4-1 when he was out. And Andy Reid is that good. You just watch the playoff game where Pat won out there and Andy Reid won that game. I can go so many. That's why we argue about Andy Reid being so great of a coach. And that's why we argue with the Belichick. I said, because I don't care where you put Andy Reid at, with quarterback, with team, they are going to be a winning team. If Patrick Mahomes don't play for these next couple of games, I guarantee you they're going to win more than they're going to lose because Andy Reid is that good. The defense is that nice. So I think you need Pat for the playoffs, right? Get him healthy. And if you can't get him 100%, at least better, 80, 85, right? Because they still the Chiefs. They're still the Chiefs at the end of the day. But we're going to find out. It's going to be hard to keep Pat off the field, though.
If you're Andy Reid, what's your final decision?
That's what I'm saying.
If he's healthy?
No, I won't let him go out there, though.
Gotcha.
Because, like, I get it, Patrick Mahomes is the best football player, right now.
Yeah.
But Andy Reid, you that good of a coach.
You got to protect him.
But how
win without him?
How does Andy Reid handle like the injury stuff? Because like with Coach Mike, if you was a rookie and you did not practice, you do not play. Right?
Oh well.
If you are a rookie and you limited participation, you do not play. If you're a veteran and you show me you could play through injury, or he'll let you play. How does Andy Reid even handle that?
This is how Andy Reid is, though. Honestly, like he lets the player kind of, hey man, it's your body. Yeah. It's your body, right? And if you do look kind of heavy and banged up, right, in a game that don't really matter, he's gonna take you out. Yeah. But he gives you the opportunity, hey, look, man, Acho, how you feeling? Yo, Chase, you ready to roll? You cool? He lets you play. So knowing Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, he's gonna be out there. He's gonna be out there.
Chase, what do you think?
You heard the comments from Andy Reid too, right? And the media said, hey, if he can play, he's going to play. So I don't think they should rest him at all. I think they're fighting. They are fighting for the 1 seed. If they win 2 of their next 3 games, say they win this game and the next game, he can rest him against the Broncos because the 1 seed is locked in.
Yeah.
And a bye week. So that's 2 weeks of Mahomes. So push through it as much as we can to get through the Texans, to get through the Steelers. Now I know they're difficult games, but think about the 2 weeks off. If you get the 1 seed. Plus the Broncos week off for Mahomes and really that whole team coming back from injury. My biggest thing is they don't need to rest them, they need to protect them. And when I say protect them, that offensive line, it's hard for me to say. They have been really bad this year. Mahomes has been hit 102 times this season. It's the most in the National Football League. The career high for sacks on Mahomes in a season is 28. He has 35 sacks this season. He has been sacked at a rate he's never been sacked at. He's been hit at a rate he's never been hit at. They have to find a way, forget about this game, in the playoffs moving forward, if you give Mahomes time, he's going to be fine. And he's going to absolutely destroy you. So for me, I think if you play a Mahomes and say you play a 75% Mahomes, a 75% Mahomes is better than just about 100% of anyone in the National Football League, if that makes sense. So you're playing a 75% Mahomes, a gimpy one. He's better than 100%.
Does the opponent matter to y'all? Obviously played a long time in the National Football League at the desk. Like when y'all are watching tape, you're scouting the opponents, who they do, what they do. The opponent, the Houston Texans, they play through the echo of the whistle. Yeah. Remember, when we talked about Azeez Al-Shaair, a player who got suspended for hitting Trevor Lawrence, many deemed as late, the first time he got into trouble this season was hitting Caleb Williams as Caleb Williams was running out of bounds. He pushed him a little too late towards the sideline. Next thing you know, Al-Shaair's punching the Bears running back Roschon Johnson because Roschon was trying to take up for the starting quarterback, Caleb Williams. The Texans play a brand of football that does not care that Patrick Mahomes is at quarterback. There is no reverence to Patrick Mahomes. There is no waiting for Patrick Mahomes to slide. Do y'all care, Shady? Obviously, you played with Pat, you know Andy better. Do y'all care about the opponent? And is there any cognition of like, hey, the Texans is not the game to come back at 75%?
You know, the Chiefs don't. Right? I've been on other teams where they care about that stuff. Hey, man, he's a little banged up and his team is a little dirty. They're a little tougher. The Chiefs don't care about that. Patrick Mahomes don't care about that at all, and Andy Reid don't care about that at all. You know why? Because they the big dogs. That's the first time, I swear, in all the teams I've been on, when I went to the Chiefs in 2019, that's the first time I've been around a team where everybody's super confident. We could be down 30 points, we could be injured, we could be not 100%. They can have everything everybody have. It don't matter. They are so confident who they are, they don't care about that. And Andy Reid's preaching, y'all, we tough too. Yeah, so for me, I'm banking on the experience of the Chiefs, the defense of the Chiefs, the head coach of the Chiefs, and then having that chemistry of, yo, we are a winning team.
And I think it's how you wired.
They wired different over there.
Wired different as a player. I was the type of player, I didn't really care what happened to me, and people could call it crazy, cool. Even sometimes my wife would be like, you need to sit down. I'm going out there. All right, that's just how I was. That's just how I grew up. So it's about the player, too. We seen Patty play through injury after injury after injury. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's worried about the opponent. And like Shady said, they the big dog.
And they're going to shoot him up. Shoot him up, baby.
He's going to get that vitamin T, which is Toradol. The thing that Shady brought up, and also you asked Shady, and Shady answered so great, was about if he can go out there, are they going to change the way they play? Does the opponent matter? I don't think the opponent matters, but what does matter. And what I think changes a little bit is Andy Reid calling the game. It will change differently. More quick game, less under center, more shotgun, less moving Mahomes around, getting the ball out a lot quicker, helping that offensive line out more, especially now since he's going to be gimpy.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.